Get into action, not into talking. I hear people saying the same things in the same way every time they open their mouth. Are you one of them? Peace. Travis Well. It's Pure Sound Daily Business. He's talking about stop talking. Let's get into action. Now, there's a type of talk you need to do. And the difference is between self-serving talk, self-affirming talk, uplifting talk, connecting talk. There's that, and then there's complaining. There's that, and then there's, I'd say venting, but venting serves a purpose. And really, I guess that's what it is, venting without a purpose. It's venting to vent. And not venting, knowing what you're doing, knowing this is part of a process of moving on. It's talking just to stay where you're at. And unfortunately, people that do this the most are completely unaware of it. It's completely blinded. I've been meditating, contemplating my spiritual school of thought. And I guess really I've been doing more work. So I've been writing some things down, tying in some concepts. And consciousness is really a heavy word. And I was having a discussion the other day about what separates man from beast. And I looked at it as levels of consciousness. Beast has the lowest level of consciousness. Beast is impulsive, just reactionary. To whereas man, humans, we have a consciousness, the highest consciousness on this physical plane. And that we have in our school of thought, it's Lucifer, Satan, Devil, Dragon, and Beast. These are all different aspects of our lower self. So beast being the lowest, the least conscious. Dragon being more single-minded. We talk about anger, greed. But there isn't really, it's pretty straightforward. I think even, and when we talk about story, that if a person, a story, metaphor, and analogy, and when we talk about in a story what dragons are, what they do, my guy Smaug, shout outs to him, hoarding the gold, they even make deals with people to hoard more gold, right? So we can sleep, hoard the gold. So it's pretty straightforward. To where the devil energy, we talked about the beast energy, dragon energy, the devil energy. It's more of a trickster. And I am using that purposefully when we talk about our shadow side and psychology. I would use that word from my spiritual school of thought to describe not only the trickster frequency within us psychologically, but also just in general, where that consciousness, it has a tricky type of consciousness. The devil more about putting us in double binds is a big theme. Elaborate. For me, I look at it as I resonate with the story of a labyrinth. And that devil energy puts me in a maze. Specifically, a maze of emotions in relation to other people. Another conversation for another day. Satan, very simply, an adversary. That's definitionally. Look that up in the dictionary. Satan means an adversary. So it's interesting. It kind of comes back to a single mindedness of just something that's in opposition. But of course, that can take many different guises, many different angles. And Lucifer, good old vanity, good old emptiness. And any and every action you take is going to be empty if it's not backed with some kind of consciousness, some kind of thought. Emotion is part of thought. The deeper you go, the more it is filled up. If we just look at words, what I love is I've seen the definition of vanity being empty, and then the definition of implementation, the etymology of it to implement is to fill. F-I-L-L. So, to come back around to, supposed to be using fulfilling language, not just running our mouth. This is actually something emotionally I'm dealing with too. It's just people saying they're going to do one thing and not doing it, or people saying they're about something, but their actions don't reflect that. So this has been on my mind, and continually, as one of the things about doing business. When you're really in the game, you've had coaching, you know what you're supposed to do. You look at other people and they're just not doing it, and yet they're complaining. Even worse, they're trying to tell you what to do. And in my case, it's like I'm not where a lot of people are, but I know I'm going to fly past them. I already am. I already see I have better structure in my business. My entire life isn't great as an ideal, but I have better structure in my life. Structurally, and this is what we focus on at Pure Sound Out. The structure, the framework. Structure to work within. A structure of success. And once we believe in it and we just work it, start seeing the things happening. It's like, oh, this is all I got to do? And I literally just do more of this and I get more results? Yes. Self-fulfilling language and self-fulfilling practice. Self-fulfilling actions. So let's not be like those that run their mouth, that are frustrated about this and that, and yet they change nothing. And it doesn't change. There's a lot of achievers, a lot of people that are doing a lot of things, and they're frustrated because they can't level up, because they don't change. They don't get more coaching, so they're gonna stay plateaued. They're gonna stay where they're gonna stay at. And by rights, something to think about though, just by them continuing to take action, they will get some movement. They will level up some, but not those big jumps. No, not no quantum leaps. So are you talking, or are you talking? Are you speaking, or are you speaking? So Glenn Ross thing. But for real, let's think about it. Let's think about the language we're using. Let's think about what we're actually doing. And this is something that we can actually observe of ourselves, of others. Are we coming in every day? Are we coming in every week? Are we coming in bi-weekly? Coming in every month, every 2 months? You know, when I was starting to get into my personality type. 2 months, 3 months, every 6 months. I can track that. I can almost track it without. I just naturally track things like that for long periods of time. Are you saying the same thing? Staying in the same place? If you are, probably need to reach out to us. Like I said, that's what I'm specializing in. For a long period of time, tracking where you're at and helping you get to where you want to be by working the success framework. Let's keep it moving forward. Travis Soderwell, Pure Sound Daily Business. Peace.